Everything that exists, every galaxy, every star, the ground under your feet was once compressed into a single point, smaller than an atom, unimaginably hot and dense. Then it began to expand. And it has never stopped. That's not scripture. That's the standard model of cosmology, built from decades of measurements of the sky. The Qur'an describes the same event in a single sentence, delivered in 7th century Arabia, 13 centuries before anyone had a telescope capable of testing it. Have those who disbelieve not seen that the heavens and the earth were joined as one mass, and we split them apart? The Qur'an used the word rabka, meaning sealed shut, no gap between them, and fatakna, meaning we tore it open. 2 words, describing a single joined mass separated into everything we now observe. That's the starting point for this video, not a side note, but the actual claim, sitting in the text since long before Edwin Hubble discovered in 1929 that every galaxy is racing away from every other galaxy, which only makes sense if, at some point in the past, they were all in the same place at once. The Qur'an doesn't just describe a single event in the past, it describes something ongoing, and the heaven we constructed with strength, and indeed, we are expander. The word used in the verse, lamusi'un, is an active participle, not we expanded it, but we are the ones expanding it, continuously. That distinction matters, because for most of the 20th century, physicists assumed the universe's expansion was slowing down under its own gravity, the way a ball thrown upward eventually falls back. It wasn't until 1998, when 2 separate teams of astronomers measured distant supernovae, that anyone discovered the expansion is actually accelerating. The universe isn't just spreading out, it's spreading out faster over time. Whatever conclusion you draw from it, the ongoing active tense sitting in that one ayah lines up with the harder discovery, not the easier, more intuitive one. The Qur'an repeats a formula 10 times over. The heavens and the earth were made in 6 ayam, a word meaning periods. And one period, according to scholars of Islam, is equal to 2.3 billion years. Surah Fussilat breaks the 6 down directly. 2 for the earth, then its mountains and provisions ordained within 4 total, meaning the earth's original 2 days sit inside that count, not stacked on top of it. Then the heaven, described at that stage as dukhan, smoke, ordained into 7 heavens across 2 more days. 2, plus 2 more to finish the earth, plus 2 for the heavens. 6. It's worth getting this right, because plenty of retellings garble the count into something the rest of the Qur'an doesn't actually say. That word dukhan deserves its own section, because it happens to match the story cosmology tells almost exactly. Then he directed himself to the heaven while it was smoke, and said to it and to the earth, "Come," willingly or unwillingly. They said, "We come willingly." For roughly 380,000 years after the initial expansion began, the universe was a hot, opaque plasma-charged particles, radiation. Nothing you could call a thing yet, closer to smoke or fog than to matter as we experience it. Once it cooled enough, electrons and protons combined into neutral hydrogen atoms in an event cosmologists call recombination, and light was finally able to travel freely for the first time. That same light, stretched by billions of years of expansion, is what we now detect as the cosmic microwave background, discovered by accident in 1965 and mapped in exquisite detail by satellites since. Gravity then pulled the resulting clouds of hydrogen and helium together, over hundreds of millions of years, into the first stars and galaxies. Our own solar system followed the identical pattern much later. A cloud of gas and dust, a solar nebula. Smoke by any fair description collapsed under its own gravity roughly 4.6 billion years ago, igniting the sun at its center and clumping the leftover material into the planets, our own Earth included. That figure isn't guesswork. It comes independently from radiometric dating of the oldest meteorites and lunar rock samples, and they agree with each other to within 1%. The Qur'an describes the result as 7 heavens, arranged in layers, with the one closest to us, the one holding the stars visible at night, singled out specifically. We have adorned the nearest heaven with lamps. The Prophet described the relationship between these layers using a comparison preserved by early commentators through Ibn Abbas. Each heaven compared to the one above it, like a small ring tossed into a vast desert. Modern cosmology hasn't mapped 7 layers, and it would be dishonest to claim it has. What it has done is confirm just how much sits beyond what we can directly observe. Ordinary matter, the stuff that makes up stars, planets, and us, accounts for only around 5% of the universe's total content. The remainder is split between dark matter, detected only through its gravitational pull, and dark energy, inferred only through its effect on the rate of expansion. Neither has been directly observed or fully explained. Besides, M-theory says there are at least 11 dimensions that math says exist, but we are not able to perceive or even detect. The Qur'an calls the sky a protected ceiling, and the description holds up better than empty space ever did. Earth's atmosphere and magnetic field together do exactly what a ceiling implies. They absorb the bulk of incoming solar radiation, burn up the overwhelming majority of meteors before they reach the ground, and block the stream of charged particles the sun constantly throws at us. Without that shielding, surface radiation levels would be lethal, and Mars, which lost its own magnetic field billions of years ago, is the visible cautionary example a few tens of millions of kilometers away. Some astronomers have additionally proposed that Jupiter's gravity, given its mass, deflects a share of long-period comets that might otherwise cross Earth's orbit. The size of that effect is genuinely still debated in the research, so it's worth citing as an open question rather than a settled fact. But the basic principle, that our position in the solar system isn't purely accidental, holds regardless. The Qur'an also assigns the stars in that nearest heaven a second, practical role. By the stars they are guided, describing the exact method desert travelers used for navigation for centuries, before instruments existed reading fixed points in the night sky to hold a course across featureless terrain. Earth's formation gets one more specific detail. Have we not made the Earth a resting place, and the mountains as pegs? A peg holds because most of it is buried, not visible. Geologists describe mountain ranges the same way through a principle called isostasy. A mountain's visible height is matched by a much larger root extending downward into the crust, anchoring it and keeping continental plates stable rather than shifting freely. The word choice pegs, not simply mountains, matches a structural detail about how mountains actually work that wasn't measurable until seismology existed to confirm it. The same ayah that opens this video ends with a claim biology would confirm independently, and we made every living thing from water. Every form of life we've ever found, without a single exception. Depends on liquid water at the cellular level. It isn't an ingredient among others. It's the medium the entire chemistry of life runs on. It's also the leading reason astronomers searching for life beyond Earth chase one signal above all others: liquid water. On a moon, a planet, anywhere they can find it. Strip away the scale, and the message underneath all of it is remarkably plain. The Qur'an describes a universe built in stages, governed by measure, populated by beings whose size we can barely narrate, and states outright that all of it, the whole observable cosmos, is smaller in God's estimation than the effort it takes to raise a human being from the dead. We have not created the heavens and the earth and everything between them, except in truth, and for a specified term. A life that averages under a century is not an oversight in a universe this vast. It's the one part of the design we were actually given, and the one we're accountable for. The rest, the scale, the angels, the tearing open of the heavens, was never the test. We were.